Okay, take number 2. Hi everyone, welcome to Pruning 101. My name is Darvini and I am your host. So I know it's been a while, and I guess that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different than what I've been putting up before, but I felt that it was necessary to fill you in on what has been going on, considering that y'all are my viewers and my supporters and everything. So yeah, off screen we have my brother Bolson. Say hello.
Hello.
And then my cat, he's here too. His name is Tiny. Say hi, Tiny. Sometimes he says hi. Okay, he's not in the mood today. But anyways, yeah. So let's get into today's topic. So today I don't really have any notes or anything prepared like I usually do. I just felt like, all right, let me just get in front of this camera. I'm gonna turn it on and talk, and hopefully it comes out good. Okay, so today's episode, like I said, is gonna be a little bit different. So let's get into it. So yeah, I don't have any notes with me. I don't have my Bible. I just decided, okay, we're just gonna go freestyle and get into it. So the last time I was here, it was maybe like mid-November, the last time I put out an episode, and this has nothing to do with that. So I guess I can just give you kind of an update on where I've been, what life has been like, and so forth. And the things that I've been going through, and hopefully in me sharing my experience, it might actually help someone. So the last episode I put out was in November, and since then, life has been kind of weird. Starting the beginning of December, I did a fast. I was fasting food and social media in the hopes of getting closer to God, and also I was seeking some clarity on a few things. I don't know if you know that the scripture, it's Ephesians 6, where it talks about the armor of God. And so I was trying to understand that in its fullest extent. So just kind of dissecting it and taking it day by day. So I would just find brief moments within my shift, like on my lunch break, while I was fasting. At the times where I should have been eating, this is when I took the opportunity to go and do this exercise. Where basically I took the armor, or the portion of the armor, lies that the enemy tells us about that, what God has to say about it, and how to apply it to my life. I know I'm forgetting something else, but so that's what I was doing during that fast. And what I had originally intended for it to be like a 7-day fast, I started on December 2nd. After I reached the 7 days, I was like, okay, that's it. And then God was like, no, you need to keep going, keep going, keep going. And so I kept going until Christmas, December 25th. For reference, my birthday is December 23rd. Woot, woot, woot. I'm 21. So don't look at me. So my birthday is, it was December 23rd. And I ended the fast on December 25th. So throughout the entirety of December, I just was completely gone from social media. And so some good takeaways that I took away from during this fast was, number one, finding the time that I usually was taking to have myself be preoccupied and super engaged. I learned to replace that with other things, like being intentional about spending time with God, just finding time to be in my word, or do something from what's it called, a devotional from the Bible app or whatever. But also little things like, okay, I bought some books, I started reading again. And I also learned how to be bored. I feel like our generation is really, really bad at being bored. Like we have a thing where we have to constantly be entertained at all hours of the day, 24/7. So I was able to just, usually where I couldn't eat a meal without like scrolling or watching something. I learned just how to be bored, just how to be comfortable with stillness and not really having much of anything going on. It was almost as if like I didn't know how to function unless that there was something going on. Let's see. Also during this time, I have a friend that's getting married and she asked me to be her maid of honor. So that is super, super exciting. I'm really excited for that. Shout out to her and congratulations to my friend Tabby. Let's see. But yeah, that was like the meat and the grits of where all my time went during this period that I was missing. And furthermore, during this time, I was also struggling with like the seasonal blues, seasonal depression, where I just didn't really have the motivation to do much of anything. Like this outfit of mine, like it's super, super cute. I'm gonna put like a picture or something of myself like here or here somewhere on the screen where you guys can see it. But like this hair, there's everything. Like I feel great right now. My nails, I even had some rings on earlier, but I took them off. But maybe I'll put them on the screen. And so today is like maybe the second day or third day in the entirety of December that I've actually put in an effort to look nice, because this morning I went to church and everything. So I use it as an excuse to kind of get ready. But this entire December, I haven't really been taking care of myself. Like my skincare routine just kind of fell in the trash. I don't know, just little things, like things like my hair, things like my skin, things that I usually care about, I just kind of completely let go of. Even things as far as like making meals for myself to go to work. Like I think I was just kind of going through the motions of life, like doing what I had to do to get through the day. Like every day became very monotonous. And so with that, I think the same thing happened with my faith and my relationship with God. It became like really stagnant. I wasn't really making much progress, because like what I didn't mention was at the end of the fast, I stopped being intentional about making time for God. So for an example, you know, when people talk about fasting, people think it's just like, oh, like you just don't eat. You just don't eat, or you just don't do something for a certain amount of time. But it's so much more than that. During the moments when you are fasting, it's really important to be in your word, or at least creating intentional time about spending with God. And I hadn't been doing either or. Nevertheless, like never forget about recording episodes for a podcast, you know, like my mind mentally, I just wasn't there. So, and during that time, it also gave me a lot of time to think about my content. So I guess I'll fill you guys in on plans concerning that. So in the new year, today is literally, I'm recording this episode on December 31st. So hopefully I can edit it in time and drop it for tomorrow, January 1st. That would be beautiful, you know? But so for future plans for these episodes, I just had some time to really think about my goal, right? So originally when I first had created this podcast, it was intended for women of color, Christian girls that were wanting to enhance and strengthen their relationship with Christ by seeing me go through it. But I had some time to like really think on it and be intentional with how I want to move forward. And this is what I came up with. So I've decided that moving forward, I want this is the goal. The goal, and I know I wrote it down somewhere, but I'm gonna just try to give it to you raw like that. So the goal for me is I want to be real. I don't want to be someone behind the screen that thumps a Bible and doesn't practice what they preach, you know? Like, I don't want to be the person that is going around telling people how to live their life and what to do and this, that, and the third, and doesn't actually share the process of that, right? So I really want to be more, I guess, authentic and vulnerable with my experiences on a day-to-day basis. You know, just as a girl in the world, just trying to live a life for God, right? And at the same time, I don't want the focus to be on me and my experiences. I want the focus to be on the teacher and what he is teaching me. You know, I'm just I wouldn't say like a means to an end per se, but I am just the vessel through which I'm presenting that message to, right? So yeah, that's the goal overall. So this is just for anyone that's listening. It doesn't matter where you are in your faith journey, whether, honestly, even if you're not even Christian. So wherever you are, like, this is just a space for me to share with you the ups and the downs, just being real about what it's like to live for God and the beauty in that. And it's so much more than just beautiful. Like, it really truly does change your life. And I'm not talking about it in a corny way because, oh, like, Jesus is just so great and like, he is, but otherwise I wouldn't be sharing. But I'm just really praying, and I know that it will, even if it's just one person, that it will help somebody, that it might be an encouragement to somebody to give Jesus a shot. I think a lot of us grow up, especially even myself, I grew up Catholic. So we grew up knowing of the gospel, knowing of Jesus, but not really understanding, like, what does all that have to do with me? Like, I know all that, but what does that have to do with me? Like, the word righteousness, what does that even mean? And what does that have to do with me? And also, yeah, there's just so many layers to it, you know? But that's really what I wanted to share with y'all, because I felt that it was important to just fill you in on where I am right now and where things are going in the future. And I know it's only gonna get up, it's only gonna go up from here. So thank you for all the encouragement and the support that you've been giving me so far. I just pray that this is an encouragement, and that it touches someone's heart. I know, like, how tough it is for not just content creators, just creators in general. We put a lot of emphasis and effort and pressure on ourselves to make sure that what we are doing is being well received by our audience. But I want to make it clear that I'm not doing what I'm doing to please men. I'm doing what I'm doing to please God. And in the process, knowing that it will help somebody along the way. Yeah. So if you're out there, and this is just shout out to creators in general, like, if you're an artist or whatever you like to do, I just pray that this is an encouragement to you, that you continue to push forward and doing what you're doing. And even if you have an idea, and you haven't acted upon it yet, like, don't let that go. This podcast for me was just an idea, not really feasible as a reality for me, but here I am. And I think a lot of us put a lot of effort, a lot of pressure on ourselves to know how everything is going to pan out, A through Z. And so we don't even take step one. And so the first step is just to take step one. For me, I didn't know how I was going to get this done. I just knew, all right, if I'm going to do videos, I need to record a video. So let me record a video. And then after I recorded the video, I just Googled, like, how to upload or how to edit. You just take things step at a time. But if you never take one step, you'll never get anywhere. A friend of mine literally said to me that, what did she say? It was like, there's a lot of us that are, what's the saying? Okay, that's what it was. Okay, it was jack of all trades, master of none. There's a lot of us that got our feet not tut calitesos. Like you're doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, a little bit this, a little bit of that, and you never do anything because your feet are literally everywhere. And so if everything is getting like 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, the quality of everything that you do is going to be low and not fruitful because nothing is getting 100%. So I said to myself, I'm going to really try my best to give this 100%. This is my final semester in school. I graduate in May, so there's going to be a lot going on. And I'm still working a full-time job, 4 days a week. I'm going to try to cut down to 3 so I can just breathe in between, you know. But it's a lot. It's really tough out here. Like for those of us that are in our 20s, maybe even early 30s, balancing family, friends, self, faith, passions, school, whatever, all the things. Like it's really tough. And maybe I'll even do a separate video on that or something. But I just want this to be an encouragement that if you have an idea of something that you would like to do, something that's kind of pressing on your heart, like don't just shoo it away because you don't know how. Like I would challenge you to actually like entertain that. Entertain the possibility of your ideas becoming a reality. So yeah, that's all I had to say today. I'll see you in the new year. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Bye, guys. Okay, this is my cat. Say hello, kitty. He was taking a nap. He's just so tired. Aww. Tiny. You see how he just doesn't care? Oh. So cute. Okay. Bye, everyone. Happy New Year. What? Tiny, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So cute.
You good? Hold on, wait, now let me go tell you about Jesus. Now let me go tell you my reason.